Coming at you from the OLR podcast studio.
It's really more of a basement.
Coming to you from the OLR basement studio.
But it's still a podcast.
Coming to you from the podcast basement studio.
Yeah, but you still need to say OLR.
Coming to you from the OLR podcast basement studio.
Oh, that's way too many words.
Coming at you.
That's not enough. You still need to say OLR.
Let's just start. It's OLR. Well, let's see how that comes apart. Why, yeah, now that's better. You know what happens, DK, is sometimes you mess around and you paint and you remodel and stuff comes unplugged. You just don't know it until you just start trying to use it.
So now we're good or not?
Oh, you're loud and clear now. Now I've got you turned up so damn loud I can't hardly stand it.
Well, good.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Well, that's better.
Hey, guys, I'd like to formally welcome you guys to the One Lane Road podcast. Lucas and DK. I think you know who's Lucas, who's DK by now. The angelic voice you hear now is DK.
He's the one that's on the phone and not on the podcast or not in the podcast studio.
Well, I apologize for that.
That's all right. Although I did want to show you the new studio, the upgrades.
Here's what we got going on, listeners.
Tell me.
Lucas is looking sexier in socks on a rooster. We talked about it
I can't help
a little bit. Tell them what you're weighing in at tonight.
I'm not going to tell you what the number is, but I'll tell you I'm down 40 pounds. Ever since my surgery, since I had my arm and chest put back together, I'm down 40 pounds from then.
I was going to give you a pro wrestling introduction.
Well, go ahead.
Well, I can't without the weight, you know. You
Oh,
know the weight.
oh, yeah. Well, never mind. I'm still fat as shit. I'm still not going to tell them that.
I was going to say, and now, from Permanent Springs, Tennessee, standing in at 6'1", 6'2", weighing in at 40 pounds originally before he got his shoulder worked on, and he's back to working with a man, Lucas Big Man.
And the crowd goes wild.
You are, man. You're working your ass off.
Oh, yeah. That's a lot. You know, I was thinking about it, and, you know, it's something that you get proud of, right? You're proud that you've lost 40 pounds. But then at a certain time, you're like, oh, man, I had 40 pounds that I had to lose. And then, you know, and you also start to thinking, well, you know, I've still got more weight to lose. So, hell, how far do I have to go? You know? But you got to get past all that and just go, I'm proud that I lost my 40 pounds so far. I feel better, look better. You know, I found out I'm more flexible. Just all kinds of stuff. I was apparently pretty flexible anyway. I can like bend over and touch my toes now without having to get a running start at it. I can just bend over and touch them. Turns out I had too much gut in the way.
Would Kara attest that you're more flexible now?
I wouldn't think so. But there's some guys, you know, that would.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they'd say, you know, he'll really roll you up now. He's get his legs all the way around you now.
A whole laundry list of gentlemen, an Egyptian scroll of folks.
Gentlemen that would say, you know, he'll really roll you up when you get in your pajamas, your karate pajamas, you know, he'll give you a big hug now.
If a man has a normal sized penis, can you feel it in his gi when he's rubbed up?
Well, if you reach and grab it, you can. I mean, you know.
No, I'm talking about it because it's a real homoerotic thing. You know, football. We know you have just described it as anything but important, but yet, but can you fill another man's package?
Well, if you reach and grab it, you can. I mean, a lot of times you're I don't know. You never stop and think about it. You always stop and think about, you know, is he about to choke me or is he about to break my arm or something? But next time I'm rolling with a guy, I'm going to stop and think, I wonder what his package feels like, and I'm just going to see. I'm going to see if I can feel it.
It's not like I'm accusing you of rolling back and grabbing packages, but it's like if you roll with a guy that much, you know, a package is going to
at some point in time, you know, it's going to touch you, but you just try not to think about it, you know.
Yeah, no, I know. I just didn't know if it was you had any worth feeling.
Oh, I know. I mean, I've not had to stop and tell anybody, say, damn, you know, that's impressive. You know, do that one more time. Do that one more again. Although one guy, I said, I hope that's a cup you're packing. He said, it is.
Yeah.
I said, hey, okay. All right. He said, it's one of those steel tie cups. I said, well, I don't need that much information. All I'm saying is I was just hoping that was a cup that you're packing around there and not something else at this point. But it wouldn't have stopped me. I'd have still tried to choke him.
That would have been the reason I would have wanted to choke him.
Why? Yeah.
I'm real weird about.
I'm not. I don't care. I just want to be attractive to somebody. If it has to be a guy, then so be it. Just as long as somebody finds me attractive. Oh, I lost him. Folks. That's what happens when you do these phoners like this. You get a hold of people and then you don't. I'm also going to run out of battery before that. So we're going to call him one more time. And if this shit's the bed, then we're just going to. There he is.
Bad spot.
Yeah, I told him that's what happens when you do phone.
Used to you could drive back in the good olden days. You could drive from Cookville to Whitleyville and have service the entire way. There's that one dead spot on the grade.
Isn't that weird? When you go right down that little valley. But now there's all kinds of places, and supposedly, or supposedly, as some people say, supposedly.
It's the correct way.
Yeah, supposedly the service is better now. However, it's not better now. You know what I mean?
No, it's not. I was on County Farm Road, and I've been hitting this little spot where there's a dip, and I remembered it when I didn't get any feedback from you on something I said, and I thought, I'm about to lose him. And by the time I switched from my hands-free responsible talking to taking my phone off to put it on speaker, I lost you.
I got you. Well,
I want to tell.
Go ahead.
I want to tell our crowd just like I'm very proud of Lucas for losing weight. He looks sensational. He looks phenomenal. He looks sensual. He looks sexual.
Yeah.
He looks all the above. But it's hard to say a guy's humble and showing a lot of humility in his weight loss when the print shows you the scales every day.
Every day, Here's the thing. Here's the thing that I've noticed a few times in those pictures is that I don't weigh with any clothes on. And that scale's reflective. And a couple of times I've showed you, I went to show you, and I've wound up showing you more than what I thought I was going to, so I had to redo it again.
Well, yeah, that's when your penis is in the picture.
That's right. That's right. That's happened a few times, and then I thought, hey, I better redo that picture.
And I'm like, tuck it in, and it's going to save you 5 pounds.
So get somebody to hold it and see what it'll do for you.
And
I was, I'm a humble guy. I'm just sharing with you, just sharing. And what was it I told you? I'm going to continue to do it until you start sending me your pictures.
It's your journey, baby. It's what fat people call it's their journey.
I'm just living my truth,
Get on it. Get on my journey.
Yeah.
Wow, while I'm sitting there playing the tit flip game with myself, I'm just putting I'm putting my work polo on and looking in the mirror, self-loathing while I poke myself in the tits because I know how many times somebody's going to do it at work to me.
Well, you got to do it before they can do it. Can't let them. You can't let them do it. You got to do it to yourself first.
It still hurts. Okay?
It does. It really does. It don't take any of the sting out of it. You're just ready for the sting when it happens.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'll tell you this. I'm hungry a lot. I'm hungry a whole lot. But it's worth it. It's worth it.
No, you look great.
Thank you very much.
You look great.
So on a different topic, I want to tell you that I'm really grateful that we didn't do a podcast on Sunday so that you could go watch that fantastic football game that happened between the Titans and who was it? Waverly High School or Knoxville High School or something like that?
The Arizona Cardinals, prick.
There you go. Man, the Titans did good, didn't they? Their home opener. Come out and stomp the shit out of them, didn't they?
Let me tell you something about the Titans.
Yeah. They'll never fail to disappoint.
The Titans have a head coach who thinks he's the smartest man in the room, no matter what.
Right.
You go get Julio Jones, you trade for Julio Jones, and you don't even put him on the field because you think he just can show up at age 32 and just ball out. Their quarterback just come off the COVID list. It was a piss poor showing. People for years, Nashville and the Titans and all the fan base has wanted national respect. But when they're the underdog, they come in and they whip somebody's ass. But when they're they're getting all this national love. They can't hold up to expectations, and they bitch and rant because the fans don't come out. They sell all their tickets to opposing team bases or fan bases, and then I wasn't expecting there to be a ton of Cardinals fans there because you
Arizona.
expect certain because they're in Arizona, and there still was some because Nashville's such a destination city, but it's not like Buffalo or Dallas or Pittsburgh. Like those teams travel really well. Miami, but so there wasn't that much red in the crowd. It was a lot of blue. Like for once, I complain about the Titans fans being so lackluster and just I don't know, just the lack of energy. But so they come out on fire. This crowd was on fire Sunday, Lucas. And that team went 3 and out. Then they fumbled, and they 3 and out. Then they interception. It was really ugly. And that's just nobody likes watching preseason games. But you got to get players in on preseason snaps, and they didn't because we're the Titans and we're Mike Vrabel. We're the smartest guy in the room, and it didn't work out real well.
Yeah. Well, that's I like a team that'll never fail to disappoint you. They'll never pass up a good opportunity to let you down. And that's what I like in all of our Tennessee athletics. And that goes for the Vols, goes for the Titans. It goes for all of them, except for our Nashville Predators. They'll put on a good show periodically.
Yeah, well, I don't give a shit.
There you go.
Well, I will take up for Taylor Lewan. Everybody else is really dogging him, the left tackle. One of the most highest paid tackles in the league. He got absolutely dominated. The Titans gave up 5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 2 of which the sacks were against Lewan. But dude's 6'7", 300-something pounds. He's coming off ACL surgery. He was not going to play good. Maybe if he's not ready, he shouldn't be out there. But people, I won't name my buddy Jeremy Mack, but people were just calling for that dude's head on Twitter. And I was like, guys, he's a 300-pounder coming off an ACL surgery. It's the first time he's played football since October of last year.
But that's his job. You know what I mean? That's what he gets paid to do. So, it's hard to have a lot of sympathy for somebody that's getting paid that much to play a game. You know what I mean?
It doesn't mean he's not going to be rusty in his first game off a torn ACL.
Yeah, but, it's not like it's his first game either. How many games has he played since he was, 4 years old? He's been playing football for forever. He ought to be able to come out and play football.
I'm not going to be an armchair quarterback like everybody on Twitter and say he should have done this and should have done that. I'm not a 300-pound offensive lineman coming off of ACL surgery. I sprained my ankle 4 months ago. My fat ass still can't jog on an elliptical. So, not that you jog on an elliptical, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I got
I'm not going to be those. I try not to be that guy on Twitter every Sunday. The Titans piss me off, but I try not to go psycho because these people I thought of Amber Harding when she used to have that job as social media coordinator. Like everybody's tagging and copying the Titans. Like just let them have the what for. I'm like, you dipshits. That's not Bud Dupree and Ryan Tannehill's not reading your tweets when you tag the Titans. You're tagging Nate Bain. And he don't get, save your energy. Hey, Titans, can we get a new kicker? Well, you're talking to Nate Bain, okay? Yeah. Nate Bain's not, he's not John Robinson. He's not going to go out and sign a new kicker because you tag the Titans, you dipshits.
Well, how many times do you think that's ever worked whenever, insert random guy from Twitter, 38, and how many times do you think they've ever given advice to somebody, say that owns a football team, and they
If it happens this Sunday, it'll be the first time in history.
The absolute first time in history, I'd have to imagine.
But hey, I get it. We're all fans that get worked up. I'm not saying I don't tweet dumb stuff every now and then.
Right.
But about it. Because, you get pissed off, you get emotionally invested in these guys, because most people do. But other But, I'll say this about non-football loving fans. They drink unsweet tea. So.
Yeah, I drank the shit out of it. Well, tell me how Matt Rogers announced. How'd he do?
I thought he did a good job. I thought he brought a lot of energy. And I honestly didn't see a big drop off from Duke to Matt Rogers. I thought he did an excellent job.
Well, that's good. Well, what else did you see while you're down there? Did you get caught up in the whole infotainment ride-sharing bus of hooligans that are driving around Nashville, causing all kinds of havoc, drinking in the middle of a party bus. And did you get wrapped up in that while you were in Nashville?
No, I'm a Nashville veteran, Lucas.
Right.
You know this.
Right.
I do whatever I want when I'm in Nashville. I don't have to get caught on a party barge, party bus, pedal tavern, tractor Cedo. I don't do any of that. I just
yeah.
First off, is that not the dumbest damn thing ever had been in your life? When you think about Nashville,
Mm-hmm.
and this was the OG, before the party barge and the buses and the tractors come up, 8 to 12 people thought it'd be a good idea to go catch a buzz and sit on a damn pedal tavern and actually move your legs
around town. Yeah.
Who?
I don't know. That seems like a really dumb idea to me. The pedal tavern, all the other ones I can understand. The pedal tavern is the dumbest one of all of them.
You're sweating your buzz out. Like as soon as you get a buzz, you're just going sweating it out.
Whoever thought I want to go exercising while I'm drinking? If there's two things that I know that go together really well, it's drinking heavily and exercising at the same time.
That's like doing a lot of cocaine and doing a run of 5K.
Well, no, see, that one makes more sense because you're either going to run a 5K or you're going to start a business, one or the other, after you snort a line. But drinking and working out just never made sense. I don't get it. But, that Nashville alderman or whatever he is down there, he's really, he's taking it to the companies down there and really making sure that he's passing legislation down in Nashville to make sure that those infotainment people get more regulated. So I'm happy to see that because there's nothing else going on down there that could be regulated.
It's struggling. It's a real struggling community down there. So
yeah.
It's a real fledgling city that Nashville is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Have we talked since the concert? I don't think we have.
We haven't. Let me give you a quick. I want to give a shout out to Kelby Davis, our old boy from high school. I got to spend Friday night with Kelby and his wife and some of their friends and family. He had messaged me back in July when I was on vacation and said, I've ordered like 8 Whiskey Myers tickets. Would you like to, there's a chance I'll have a couple extra. And I was like, well, yeah, yell at me. So he did the week prior and he's like, I'm going to have 2 extra tickets. So me and a buddy from work went down after work and hung out with Kelby. And I just thought it was really cool because I hadn't seen Kelby. He came to the Music Fest last year, and but prior to that, I hadn't seen Kelby in years. But he listens to this podcast.
Well, shout out to Kelby. I always loved that dude. He's a funny dude.
Well, he's just nice as hell.
Oh, I know. It's just I was just sitting here thinking. What do you remember about Kelby? You remember his big old smile. That's what you remember about him. He's always smiling, always happy, and always nice to you. That's what you remember. Yeah. That's a good impression to leave on people.
Well, I'll just tell you, there's two types of people in this world. There's guys like Kelby, who I haven't seen in years, but listens to the podcast and knows I love music and just wants to be a cool guy, and is like, and gives you concert tickets. And I'm like, what do I owe you? Like, no, they're free. So I'm like, I had to basically make him let me buy him a drink for him and his wife, because he wasn't going to take it. So I just want to say thank you, Kelby, for a nice romantic night out. I'm sorry I didn't put out. That's not the norm, but I just started my period. And
there's other things you could have done, but it's if you want to be selfish about it, I'm no stranger to the cold shoulder either. But anyway, You said there's two types of people. What's the other type?
Well, there's other types of people who you've known your entire life. Like literally your entire life, and maybe if you don't see them that often, maybe you don't know what your relationship is or why it's weird the way it is.
Right.
Then you see them on the street, and then when you're in Walmart and you look up and down aisle 7, the cereal aisle, and you really need a box of Fruity Pebbles, but you're like, oh shit, you don't really want to talk to that person.
There's that guy or gal.
So like you hit that Allen Iverson crossover and you back up and you go the other aisle.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that when I looked up from talking to a friend, I looked up and I saw a friend of mine going, oh, crap, there's Dustin. I'm too far. I'm 10 feet from him. I've got to speak. And then they're like, oh, hey, Dustin, how are you? And I say, good, how are you? And they just keep walking, like not somebody you've literally known for 32 years.
And is this a female, I'm thinking?
Well, I'm sure it is. Like,
yeah, I know who it is. I know who it is, and I don't know him. I don't know the story.
let me tell you something. I've never grown up with somebody who I thought I was friends with, who all of a sudden stops talking to you, and you have zero reason to know why, other than calling them out on said subject. So hey, and I've told their friends, I'm like, hey, tell them I have no.
Oh, we lost him. Oh, we lost him. Well, we'll get him back. I'm sure he's not done ranting about that yet. Anyway, shout out to Kelby. Kelby, good to see you. He was had one of the toughest brothers. Had a story about his brother one time. If you ever get to ask him about his brother losing his fingers one time, craziest story I ever heard. There he is.
Cell phone service is tremendous.
Yeah, and so the last thing we heard was you saying, "I told her friends," and then you were gone.
Oh, I just told her friend one time. I was like, look, it's something I done. I apologize, but I realistically don't know what this weird awkwardness, this weird tension between us is like.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, oh, have you seen this on Facebook? And I look, and my wife can see everything, and I'm like, got that restricted profile. I'm like, well, piss on this. If I'm restricted, don't be friends with me.
Yeah, here's the other thing. I got a text there and it threw me off my game. Here's the other thing is realistically, I've probably pissed some people off or, done some stuff that I need to apologize for.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is, So sometimes you just need to tell me. So, maybe that person needs to come down off of their high horse and maybe just say what it is. Maybe say the thing is because I don't know if they know it or not, but we used to drink kind of heavily, and some of those memories are a little foggy. And maybe we just don't know. Maybe we just don't know what it is. Maybe we just don't know what happened.
Yeah, I mean, I could think of an incident, but it really wasn't nothing to do with me. It was a friend of mine. But if that person listens, I mean, maybe listen. At the end of the day, whether it was something I'd done 10 years ago, like it had to have been, because that's how long the awkwardness has been. But like, she can make it right if she wanted to, but I got my answer the other night. You walk by and you speak just because we made eye contact. And,
and you can see that was going to pass, was going to go on. Yeah.
If I would have turned around and just happened to see that person walking towards, there would have been no like tap on the shoulder. Hey, how you been? How's your family? It was look, I didn't lose any sleep over it, but it's stupid. It's stupid to love, like I love that person's family when I see them, and I'm just like, man, we were tighter than vice grips for years and years. Now we're going to see each other, and we're going to have this awkwardness, and it's just like it's uncalled for. But whatever, she don't have to wear a One Lane Road podcast hat or a North Springs Music Festival T-shirt if she don't want to. It's fine.
Yeah, well, there you go. On the other side of that, I will see people and I won't speak to them, but I don't want to make any. If they're busy, I just don't want to get in the middle of it. I don't want to make it. I don't want to make them put out, but I don't think that's what that is.
No, there's definitely some weirdness there for some reason, and I can't put my finger on. And that's the last time I'm talking about it.
Okay. Well, now tell us about the music show. I don't think we've talked about it.
So thank you, Kelby Davis, for knowing me and not knowing me for 10 years and giving me 2 free tickets to Whiskey Myers. I love you and I appreciate you, and you were a good man. So and if you're not like that, enjoy your beautiful life, sweetheart. You deserve it.
Yeah, why? Yeah.
And I'm sorry that we can't be friends anymore. I'm a miserable human being.
Yeah. And the show.
Chris Knight was fun.
Yeah. Was he everything you thought he'd be and more?
What's that?
I said, was he everything that you thought he would be and then a little more?
We haven't got to talk off air either, have we?
A little bit. I know. Just from your text messages, I know a little bit.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, there's an old football quote from years ago. They are who we thought they were.
Yeah.
And,
that's what I know. Yeah.
I will say this, that I'd like to thank, Josh Green from Red 11 was a absolute rock star to deal with. And Jason Knight, Chris's road manager, was absolute sweetheart. They're both great guys to work with on this process. Chris Knight will still go down in my book as one of the absolute best storytellers of this generation. good show. Overall decent show. I don't know, Lucas, which side of the crowd I was more aggravated at by the time showtime hit. The people who wanted to sell tickets at last minute because apparently COVID just became a realization in their life that week.
Mm-hmm. There was a group of like 200 people trying to sell tickets, Kara said, or 20 probably.
Dude, there was two different people had 2 tickets each who tried to. It was like, I got 2 tickets to sell, and I was trying to help them out so they wouldn't get stuck with them. And as soon as I put it on Facebook, by God, the floodgates open. I've got 2, I've got 4, I've got 2, I've got 4. And I'm trying to help people out because it's sold out at this point. And I don't want people to miss it that want to be there,
Right. But it's a little late at that point to try to get in, right? To try to get somebody all the way over there.
And this is the day before, right?
Yeah.
Just
okay.
I legitimately hand wrote, Lucas, like I'm fucking 1986 here. Like we don't have computers and spreadsheets we could use and stuff. So I handwrite a whole list of 250 sold tickets in alphabetical order. So whoever's working the door, who ended up being Lindsay, would have no problem whatsoever. Been like, oh yeah, here's Hickman, Lucas. You got 4 tickets. Okay, go on in. Enjoy the show.
Right.
As soon as I handwrite that shit, I got 2, I got 4, I got 2. And I'm like, okay, well, if y'all switch around, just let me know. All of a sudden, I'm StubHub over here. I might as well have people fucking scalping tickets in the parking lot.
Well, did you get it straightened out? Did you get everybody in the door?
Well, I just said to heck with it. I said, Lindsay, if it seems like they don't really have tickets, come find me. I was like, but other than that, let's just get this night over with.
Yeah.
But my boy Tyler Kerr called me at out 4. He's like, you ready? I was like, dude, Kerr, I love every single body that's either bought a ticket, sold a ticket, or trying to buy a ticket. I was like, but I don't know who I'm pissed off for right now, Ad. I said, the people who decided COVID became a thing in the last 36 hours, or the people who have watched me plug this crap for 2.5 months on Facebook, who just like, oh, it's sold out. Can I get 3?
You say,
I was like,
no, it's sold out.
I was like, those are the ones I want to throat punch the most, I think. Like, I felt bad for one girl. She messaged me. She's like, hey, I just bought 2 tickets. I'm like, okay, cool. And she's like, yeah, I know COVID's a concern, but she's like, I'm so glad that it's outside. And I went, well, I hate to burst your bubble. I don't know who lied to you, but it's definitely inside.
Huh. I wonder where she got the idea that it was outside.
And a lot of people even comment, it's like, so it's inside, right? And I'm like, I don't know. I put it on Facebook, Clay County Fairgrounds in the women's building.
Yeah. Maybe they thought they were going to the festival.
Yeah, I wonder what people think sometimes. But yeah, look, it's all good, man. I appreciate the support. It was a kick-ass crowd, regardless. Like there ended up being a great crowd. I don't know a number of what was there, but he played. Cherokee did really good. She was a little under the weather early, but she did good. Then Addison really gained some new fans. I know he put on a hell of a show. And Chris played for a good do 75 minutes or 80 minutes,
wow.
just a shade under an hour and a half.
Well, what did he do all the big songs, or I don't know why I am still stuttering through this sentence, but the thing that I'm trying to say is, did he hit all the highlights? Did he sing the songs that everybody would know?
Here's the pathetic part, Lucas. I am 0 for 6 or 7 now. I'm sitting down and actually enjoying
I got you.
A concert. I don't know what he sung, to be honest with you. I know he sang Down the River Framed, and it needs to be made because I recorded parts of those.
Right.
But
well,
the
those
only
are the
concert,
ones that I would want to hear anyway.
Yeah, right. James mentioned Old Patch Town, but I've never really known him to play Old Patch Town just a whole lot.
Right.
I thought it was a good show for what it was. Chris is getting a little older. He's over 60 now.
Right.
And but
that changes the voice dynamic a little bit, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
And
he was probably in his 40s or late 30s, early 40s whenever we were listening to him.
I guess his debut album would have came out in like
96 or 7.
97. So that was 24 years ago. So that's 37 years old when he debuted. I mean, that's pretty long in the tooth. But he's starting.
And that probably wasn't his debut. That was probably just by the time he. Well, no, you said it's his first album. That's probably just the time he got there. So he probably been playing those songs for a long time prior to that.
Well, he did the trailer tapes that didn't get released till years later, so he'd been working on those for a couple of years.
Right.
But you remember he said he had done that job as like a land surveyor or something when we interviewed him. So
yeah, and really enjoyed it.
Chris is a really he was a man of few words backstage. You know, I tried not to mess with him a lot, let him have his time to himself prior to the show, and he's not ever going to be interactive with the crowd, but I thought he was good with the crowd. He thanked, in between after loud ovations, he would thank them. I thought he was very good on stage. It's always a constant battle, Lucas. When you get to concerts like this, and I know you had to be the asshole twice, and I'm sorry for putting you in that position, but when there's nothing worse when people come to concerts like this, and like you're not going to go to the Ryman and stand in the back and talk the whole time. If there's 200 seats on the floor, you need to be in a seat. Okay, nobody's going to let you come to anywhere else. I get it's Celina and we're doing things different. It's not really a venue per se, but like, man, if there's empty seats, let's sit down, because there's several times where it was a weird dynamic where one side of the crowd was shushing the other side of the crowd because they were talking too much. You had some people that came just to party, and that's a little disheartening because you work your ass off on a show, and you got people who paid good money to come to a show. Then you get a group of 8 or 10, and they're just there for themselves. And like, man, this is a concert. It's not a class reunion. If you want to do that, get an early start at Ricky Bobby's, or you take your group of 10 and go your ass over here to Dawson Park and talk all you want to. These people in the front that paid their fucking money want to hear the concert.
Yeah.
And it's just disrespectful.
Oh, yeah.
And I was over it. I was over the whole process of the day. I was over it. And people was like, can you tell them to quit? I was like, yeah, I can. But what's he going to do? I said, those themselves. They don't care about Chris Knight.
Right.
And it pisses me off, but what are you going to do? You get on to people and you're the bad guy.
And you want to be nice about it. And like the times that I did it, like you had already been nice. And the only thing that really got it settled was to be a prick. So everybody says, well, he's an asshole. He's a prick about it. Well, you tried to be nice. You tried to be nice. And you tried to do it. You tried to do it the easy way, and nobody listens. So you got to kind of be a prick, or people don't listen. They just walk over the top of you. They don't realize that it's a problem until you make it a big issue, and then they think, well, they're not the problem. You are.
Yeah, then when it's not a big enough problem that people's talked all the way through his concert, Chris didn't really want to meet people because of COVID's,
right. And he's 60.
Spiking. Yeah, it's spiking again. So I try to keep people out of the backstage area, and then hell, you get one or two that decides they're bigger than the process. I mean, you're not going to be at the Ryman and walk down the steps into the artist lounge. You can't do that. No matter if you think you're the mayor of Celina or not. Love people to death. But when I walk in the dressing room and Chris is giving me a death stare because people have snuck in there just to get a damn interaction with him, I'm like, dude, we've told you he's not meeting fans.
Right.
I just left a sour taste in my mouth that, like, that building is it's such a sensational building over there, but you just kind of get pissed off when people, like, there were so many people that weren't there for the right reason, and they just came to raise hell and party. And I get it, it's fun, but this ain't no damn.
This ain't one of the parties from 2003, 4, 5, 6.
And that's fine. If you want to come reminisce and party and sing along. I understand he whatever, but like, this ain't your local jam band that's playing Ricky Bobby's from 6 to 8 on a Sunday evening.
Right.
This is Chris Knight playing Celina. How do you think he left Celina Saturday night after he had a crowd that talked over him the whole night? Then he had fucking assholes. And you could beep one of these F-bombs if you don't care.
I'm not going back to it, but go ahead.
Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It gets me worked up that this is my reputation on the line. When I try to put a show on that, an effort to go into a show, and as you tell people nicely that, hey, he's just not meeting people tonight. It's a COVID concern, and then that guy goes back and talks to his record label. Well, do you think we're ever going to be able to bring the other artists I want to bring to that place? And like, that place is sitting on a gold mine. That stage and that dressing room, that is a beautiful setup.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to let 3 or 4 people who couldn't oblige by the damn rules to go ruin 2.5, 3 months of hard work just so you can say I met Chris Knight.
Mm-mm-mm.
and I left a little sour about it, you know
Right.
that, and it's not it's the grand scheme of things. I get everybody was just excited, but it's just like, man, come on.
Right.
If you have no intention to sit down, listen to music, and being cool, just what are you here for?
Well, other than all of that,
But it was a sellout. It was a sellout,
yeah.
baby.
Why, yeah, it was good. Other than that,
Even if you hear this and you're one of those people, I'm sorry for ranting about it. It was just like, it's just when one person puts on a show, you want the people who are there for the right reasons to be able to sit down and enjoy it. And Chris is a quiet guy anyway, so he's hard to hear when he's on stage.
right.
It don't help when you're back there just raising immortal hell.
I get it. The only other thing could be any worse if you got a clean piss out of the floor of the bathroom.
yeah. Hey, bathrooms are phenomenal at the Clay County
Oh,
Fairgrounds.
I bet. That's
they
a lot.
were.
It's a lot
They were-
newer. So maybe you don't have to clean piss out of the women's bathroom floor every time you get down there.
Yeah,
That'd be nice. That'd be nice.
Overall, though, yeah, I think it was nobody can take an experience away. Brought
good.
Chris and I to Clay County, and Tanner Rich, that kid that rents that place out. He's
Who'd you say?
he's what Tanner Rich is.
Yeah.
He's what the children these days would call a real one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Good guy, easy to work with. He helped me out a lot, and I want to thank Tyler Kerr and them boys. They stayed and helped me. Tyler and his wife. A lot of big crowd. He told me other people they stayed and helped pick up some chairs while I was trying to, keep all the other stuff at bay.
Yeah. Mackie hit me with, "Hey, you coming through tomorrow night?" This may have been something completely different, truthfully. Anyway, he hit me with, "Are you coming through tomorrow night?" I said, "No, sir." He said, "What? You really do hate people, don't you?" I said, "They're fine in small doses." He said, "I get it." Told him, "I ain't much fun since I quit drinking." He said, "I'm pretty sure that's a country song, Bubba."
Yeah. Kelby Davis said music is going from like 2:30 to 9:30 at the North Springs Music Festival. He said he didn't care if it was early in the day. He expected to see you for a little while.
Yeah, it's not, though. He's not going to, though, But I love you, Kelby, and I miss you, buddy. I'd like to see you. I'd like to talk to you. But I ain't going to.
I think you could realistically come through early and say hi to everybody.
Yeah, I could, but I ain't going to, though. You know what I mean? But
nobody's gonna be stupid at 2:30.
Yeah, I might be though.
What else was I gonna say?
I don't know, man. I just want you to know I love you, and I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for putting all this stuff on and getting people to come in. Proud of you.
Well, Luke, that means the world to me. I just did a little heart. If you knew right now, I'm holding my. You know how women put they make their hands into a heart.
Yep, doing it right now, aren't you? Blowing me kisses, heart kisses.
I've done that, and I aimed it towards the phone.
Well, good. So, I'm gonna let you get off here. I'm sure you're getting close to where you don't have any service whatsoever. You're probably already sitting on the side of the road right now.
I'm pulling off by the bridge before you get to the high school.
I guarantee it. I was sitting here looking at the time, kind of knowing where you had to have been, and you've probably been there for a few minutes.
Yeah, man. But trying to think. I want to come. Lucas been sending me these awesome
updates. I still lack a little bit. I got to get one more roll of insulation, or actually probably two rolls of insulation to finish the entire garage's ceiling, but one more to finish the ceiling in here. And then I got to get one more piece of rug to put in here, and then we just got to decorate this thing, man. The walls are a little barren. We need to get some more things. We've got these 2 show posters that I need to put up, but I need to get a couple of frames for them. They used to stick to the wall whenever I had it primed, but now that we got shiny paint on here, it doesn't seem to want to stick to it anymore, so I got to get that back up. I've got Chris Stalkups and the Grange up on the wall. Got Jeff Mackey's picture up on the wall from his FedEx badge, and then I've got a couple of, or at least one flag up. But
I can find some stuff. I can find some stuff. Now I know a guy that collects stuff.
Why, yeah, I thought you might. If Jeremy ever get that helmet, we might get that and put it in here.
Jeremy, he's already bought and sold and traded that helmet 3 times. I don't know, he just, He said that. Oh shit! It was something Mackie had said. Man, when you were telling the story about him a while ago, I had it in my mind what I was going to tell you about Mackie, but it's
Well, I'm sure it was unbelievable, no matter what it was.
yeah. He well, hell, I don't know what it was, but there's a few things. It's just hard when I'm not there and I can't see my phone and I can't see what notes we're going to do. I know Sunday, maybe we can
I won't
get together.
I won't be around Sunday.
Good. The Titans are going to lose in Seattle anyway.
Well, good.
Where are you going to be Sunday?
I got a birthday party to go to.
Whose birthday is it?
It's a surprise, so I don't want to say it on here because there's actually some of them that listen, and I don't want it to the surprise to get out.
Well, if they listen, they're already going to know that it's their birthday.
Yeah, but it could be somebody else's birthday.
I doubt it.
It could be somebody else's birthday also. It's actually not their birthday. It's just when their party's going to be.
Well, I think they brought it. It ain't like you're going to celebrate a February birthday this month. I think if it's close this time, they're going to figure it out.
I don't know. I just don't think so. So I'll just not say it right now.
I just couldn't come tonight, Lucas. I apologize.
It's not
Lindsay
like
told
I'm
me
super disappointed or anything, but
Well, fuck. Or Jack's sick.
Oh, yeah.
She had to take him to the emergency room last night. So she said, "Where are you at? Why ain't you home yet?" But I had to stay. Hey, when we get off here, I'll tell you what I was telling you about work.
Okay. Well, good.
So,
hit them with North Springs Music Fest information real quick.
Guys, I'm not on my period. I'm actually in a really, really good mood today, and I apologize for sounding very aggressive about the beer drinkers in the back and the people who bum rushed the backstage, and my friend of 30 years that I'm just a little butthurt that somebody quit talking to me. I don't know why. I'm needy as hell. I need all the friends I can get. So I'm just always butthurt when somebody just ups and quits talking to me. I'm actually in a very good mood, Lucas, and I apologize for sounding very aggressive, very bitter. I almost had a little 90s Seattle grunge angst in me today.
You're a little angsty, and it's all right.
I'm going to wear flannel and grow my hair out and start singing a lot of nonsensical, mumbled-ass lyrics that nobody remembers, but actually they think is genius 20 years from now.
Well, don't start a shotgun whenever you get started.
I don't start anything, as long as you need to know that about me, tough guy. Well, rumors. There's a lot of rumors about me that are true, but just as many as not true, okay?
Well, okay. All right.
You just remember that, tough guy. North Springs Music Festival, by God, October 23rd. Alex Williams, Julie Roberts, Logan Halstead, Rye Davis, Addison Johnson, Smokey Nights, Mike DeMezza, Caleb and Leanne. Starts at 2:30, goes to about 9:30, 10 o'clock. Eventbrite.com. Barn sales that day day before. Come see us, buy some funky junk, some Pinteresty stuff. Hell, I don't know what all we're going to have down there. I don't know.
I'd like to have some funky junk for this podcast room. Maybe I'll find something down there.
Shit. Sell it all day long on October 22nd from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. October 23rd. I got too many sponsors to thank on this one, but I'm going to start thanking y'all next week in nauseum to get you money's worth out of these sponsorships. And I just had to recharge the batteries, Lucas. I promised not to even look at this damn festival for about 2 weeks after Chris.
Good deal. All right, buddy. Well, hang out here for a second. I'm going to stop this thing. People, we love you. And we'll be back in studio probably next week, hopefully. Yeah.
I love most of you. I don't love all of you, but I love most of you.
We love most of you, and some of you are okay. The
only reason Lucas loves all of you because his ass don't ever leave the house. And he thinks he loves you. He don't have to deal with you in public like I do.
Well, here's the thing.
Love some of you.
Here's the thing. I can say I love you, and mean it because I don't have to deal with you.
I love you, most of you, 90% of you. The other 10, hell, I'll lie to you, tell you I love you.
Why, yeah,
like it's
bless your heart, like they say, like Grandma used to say. All right, love you, people. Bye.